It's 104.5. You tune into the counter, and it is Black History Month. And I told y'all every week I'm gonna give you a surprise. And I got the honor to have on the phone the very first. I don't want to say black, so I'm gonna say African American female magistrate of Harnett County. How you doing tonight, Miss Jessica?
I'm doing good, D-Daddy. How are you?
I'm doing good. For those that don't know, the younger listeners that don't know exactly what a magistrate is or the roles that a magistrate has, can you enlighten them on that?
Well, a magistrate is pretty simply like a judge. It's just on a smaller scale. So we're a district court judge, hears traffic cases and criminal cases and that type of thing. A magistrate hears the small claims court, evicting people out of, places they haven't paid rent. Also, we're kind of that first appearance. So whenever a person is arrested and brought in under arrest, then that's our duty to determine whether or not they go to jail, they get a bond, if there's enough probable cause to even arrest that individual.
For those that don't know, when you say bond, y'all have the ability to set the bond for the specific, whatever the situation is, correct?
Yes, as a magistrate, well, I'm actually a former magistrate, I'm going to be clear on that.
Yeah.
But as a magistrate, you do have the right, when they come in, the officer brings that person in under arrest, they have to give testimony to the magistrate to determine probable cause. So we have to determine if there was enough probable cause to believe that person committed that offense. If there is enough probable cause, then as a magistrate, that individual decides whether or not that person gets a bond. Bond could be cash. I mean, they have to pay cash money to get out. They could have to put up property to get out, or they can hire a bail bondsman to get out if they get a secured bond. Unsecured bond means that they're still secured by a money amount. They don't have to pay that money, though. It's just like a written promise to appear in court. As long as they come, they don't have to pay the money. If they don't come, then they'll be liable for that amount.
Oh man, what made you want to go in that field when you went? Because once again, you are the former magistrate of Harnett County, but you're the first African American female magistrate to hold duty in Harnett County. What made you want to go into that career path or that career field?
Well, I initially wanted to go into law from childhood. I knew that I wanted to go in that field. I graduated from North Carolina Central University with a degree in criminal justice and political science. So I was looking for a career that was going to allow me to work on the criminal side. I had already worked at several law firms at that time, so I was looking for something to put me more in the direct path of law enforcement, not kind of on the sideline. So that's why I looked into it. Actually, when I found out about the magistrate position, I never knew what a magistrate was myself. So I had to do a little research on it, find out what exactly they did, and I thought, oh, that'd be a cool job to hold. And when I became a magistrate, I was only 24 years old.
What year was that?
I became a magistrate in 2005.
2005. And how long did you hold that office?
I was a magistrate for 5.5 years before I left and went on to other career paths that I have been pursuing within the criminal justice system.
Oh man, for the kids that's listening, it's Black History Month, and we trying to inspire the young listeners. For the kids that's listening, what advice do you have them as far as chasing the dream and chasing the goal that they have set in mind?
Well, I would just like to say that the sky's the limit. Sometimes we are brought up to believe that we can only do this, or people only expect that we can go so high. But really, the power lies within you. There's no ceiling. You can go as high as you want to go. There had never been a black female magistrate in Harnett County before. When I applied for the position, I didn't know how I was going to get it because, it's still back, it's not that long ago, but in those times still, there were some people that didn't really care to see a black female in that position. So even though, people might not want to see you there, what's for you is for you. And if you believe it, you can achieve it. So you just have to grind, work hard, go after it, and the sky's the limit. Don't let anybody ever tell you that there's nothing that you can't do, because you can accomplish anything. As long as you make up in your mind that you can do it, you want to grind for it, you can have it.
Oh, man, I got to say thank you, because that right there is just inspiration for Black History Month. What we doing at 104, we trying to enlighten the listeners as well as entertain at the same time. So I got to tell you, thank you for sharing your story with the listeners on 104.5. Thank you, Miss Woodard.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.